Happy Friday, guys. Welcome. Hello, if you're new. My name is Jackie, and this is Dream Ether 13. I am just enjoying this beautiful Friday morning, having a cup of coffee, looking at these sweet baby kittens that I have joining me today. They came into the house yesterday. My roommate decided to take them in from the heat outside, and there's fireworks and everything else, so I felt that was just. So I hope everyone had a beautiful time with their family and loved ones yesterday. I was feeling called to come on and share a message with you all. There's a lot of fun and exciting things that are happening right now, and also just paying attention to our bodies and taking it easy. At least personally, that's what I've been doing. Sorry, my desk is a little messy, but that's okay. The kitty, there's one cat, one of the kittens loves to get up on here, and I'm just loving having these kittens. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It's perfect as it is. I'm very, very blessed to have these kittens in my life right now. They are teaching me a lot. Mainly just what it's like to be young again. You know, just that innocence of finding things that you've never seen before, playing in the dark with your brothers and sisters, just doing the most when everyone else is taking a rest and can't witness. But I was very much aware of the debauchery that was going on last night. Maybe that'll resonate for you somehow. All right, so like I said, I hope you guys are feeling really well and things are starting to feel lighter for you. And if not, they will be soon. Feeling called to the Moon Tarot. So, let's find out what the Tarot of the Moon Garden Tarot has for us today. First of all, I would like to call in Spirit to bless this message, that it may reach exactly who needs to hear it right now the most. And my angels, I'd like to call in Archangel Michael. Thank you for always protecting and guiding me. Archangel Uriel, I'd love to call upon your guidance in any way that you see fit in this moment. Archangel Raphael, thank you so much for protecting and guiding me through this healing process. And Archangel Raphael, thank you so much. Thank you, ancestors and ascended masters. I'd like to put a protective circle around this energy, that anything that is not of the light is welcome here. And so it is. Okay, let's see what we have today. Today is Venus Day. It is July 5th, and it is the day after 4th of July. Ooh, okay. We are using, this is what I like to call, I'm going to be calling this the Self-Care Day. Self-Care Friday. So it looks like Spirit has a message already just in that was sticking to me as well. All right, Spirit. What do you have? What message is this? All right, so let's take a look here. We have the Four of Cups. I see two stars that are kind of shining bright in a dark sky. Right now we do have the new moon. There's 4 cups, which is giving me a very, very good foundation. I feel like she's focusing on the main cup, which is herself and her connection to Source, the Holy Grail. I do see the love, and then we do have the Lovers here. So let's get into it and see what Spirit has for us today about this union, this sacred union is what I'm hearing. I don't usually do messages like this as far as the love goes, the love messages and things like that, but that doesn't mean that I don't channel them. As I start my day, I do give my day to Source and allow me to channel the messages and be of service in the way that the Lord and Mother Earth see fit for me to. So I've been starting the day with waking up with the sun and connecting immediately to Source, and then giving back to Mother Nature, making sure the trees in my area are being watered and are being spoken life into. I've been meditating with the trees, been lighting incense in the morning, and really connecting to myself first thing in the morning, creating mini rituals for myself. So that may resonate with you. All right. That's so perfect. I also see here, like, she's sitting in a meadow by herself, right? I did sneak this from the card. That's what she's totally doing. But Silent, the meadow sprite. Her wings are bright in the full moon light. Yet weariness surrounds her. Lost in contemplation, what do her gold cups hold? What future magic will they unfold? And I find these cards give me a lot of vision. This deck is, I don't know. This deck is definitely magical for sure. So what have you been working on? Looks like you have been spending a lot of time, possibly thinking about your future, wondering what it is that what's going to bring you your golden path. A sense of dissatisfaction in the present has led to reflection on the past and the paths traveled to reach existing conditions and emotions. Okay, so maybe your current circumstances, maybe you've been thinking a lot about that. I mean, it's very easy to do, especially with stress of this world. Old patterns have a habit of repeating themselves. Before beginning anew, review the relationships and events that have contributed to the direction of the path. Look for the common denominator. Focus on the inner workings, how they may have created the outer, and what emotions they elicit in retrospection. Follow these threads back through childhood in your memory, if your memory permits. If necessary, trace them back through past generations or other incarnations. Remembered, imagined, or recalled. Do not fill the cup until it is truly empty. Interesting. So we may be really called to sit in ourselves right now. I know I've been having a hard time doing this, but I felt called to come on here and share this. This is kind of part of what I'm being told my mission is to help other people who are going through the same thing or could be experiencing the same thing right now. And by getting this message, they may be not feel so alone, and it may give them some clarity. So that's where I'm at, showing up for where I'm at. I do believe that, just show up as you are, where you are. And we can all be that beacon of light for each other in that way. And, you never really know the stuff that you've gone through specifically, without comparing it to other people in a way that makes you better than, because that's not what it's about, is really showing up authentically for yourself helps the rest of the world show up as themselves. And that's what this world really needs right now. So we're being asked to really give to ourselves right now. See, remember how I said in the beginning, really going within, sitting with this cup, that's the one that's going to fill us up the most. The one that's sitting with spirit. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. So like I mentioned before, using today, this looks like a new moon to me, I'm not going to lie. And I know the card mentioned full moon, but this is the energy for today. And that's what I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on these, twin stars that are really being forced to sit with first of all, the fact that they've got 4 golden cups as the foundation to sit with. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, regardless of whatever the card is saying, at the number 4 is foundation. And I'm getting a confirmation from the birds outside my window. And as I was thinking in silent there for a moment, I also have 4 kittens, 4 babies that have 4, 4 arms and 4 legs, or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know where my mind is going into that Greek mythology about what we all started as, we all had 4 arms and 4 legs, right? Something about that. And the fact that there's these twin stars in this meadow, new moon, and the cups represent Cancer. And there's 4 mutable signs, or 4 cardinal signs, excuse me. I'm also getting from this as well. But focusing on this cup right here, which is the connection to self and spirit, connection to source. And just sitting peacefully and knowing that our wings, knowing how beautiful we are and all the beauty that surrounds us, really, regardless of what the card definition said in the book, that's what I'm seeing. Look at how beautiful that meadow is. Look at how many different, I can't even. This is so beautiful. I imagine yourself sitting in this meadow with the honor of being able to focus just solely on this cup in front of you and know that God will fill these cups up behind us. That is beautiful. I'm also getting something about the, I don't know why I'm thinking Power Rangers, but I'm literally going with it. And not only that, but this butterfly looks like the same, like this butterfly here looks like this butterfly here. And it, it could even be her. And now she's like two different, like she's transformed. Whoa. Okay. Before I get too far ahead of myself, but like for real. It does say now to look for the common denominator. I'm pretty sure I just did that with the 4 cups, the emotions, the cardinal signs, the number 4, and the Power Rangers. There was 4 colors, wasn't there? There was like the pink Power Ranger, the blue, the yellow, and there was a red one, right? Anyway, something about that. I believe it has more to do with like the 4 archangels. Maybe it's, the archangels that I work with, that I call and work with most of the time, which is Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Raphael. There's something to do with that here, and I am yeah, there's definitely something to do with that here. And she's wearing blue, which is the color of like royalty, not royalty, I'm sorry, of truth, like God, like the sky. Okay, moving on. Now going to, for some reason this card is giving me fish. These 2 lovers with this tree, right? Their roots. This is giving me obviously Adam and Eve. I don't know. This is definitely giving me very much so Adam and Eve. But like, there's 2 different kinds of mycelium mushrooms here. And it looks like these mountain castles in the background. They're kind of like ice. And you have this angel, this solar angel, looking down upon them. And they are, first of all, this card is beautiful. Like, I just could get mesmerized. And I was also almost saying the word memorize. There's so much color in this. And then there's the apple. The tree of good and evil, the tree of knowledge. Yeah, that's very okay. Where is the lovers? I should have just looked at the beginning of the book here. All right, so the number 34 might be significant. You might be 34 years old, or maybe something happened when you were the age of 34. All right, so the lovers share many symbols with the biblical Eden. Yeah, this definitely looks like it could be this garden, right? Like Adam and Eve, naked in their innocence, they discover themselves in a garden paradise resplendent with foliage, flowers, and fruit. The tree of life is rooted. The tree of life, its roots woven through the rich earth, grows upward, shouldering the heavens on its limbs. Sheltered beneath the branches, the lovers shyly touch. A blush, a flower in flames, undulates in a rhythm of passion. Sorry. A serpent winds its way from trunk to limb. Like the dragon, it is a guardian. Okay, so before I started this reading, I was getting something about dragon's blood. And this definitely has to do with like our bloodlines. And when I'm going to say our, I'm going to say this collective, and this collective is starseed. They're starseeds, they're light workers, they're 144,000. It's in our DNA. It is ancient. I'm hearing Anunnaki. And this is the year of the 8, the year of the dragon. Sorry, that's distracting to hold that up, but I can do that. Yeah. Like the dragon, it is a guardian. A lot of this Guardians of the Galaxy too energy that I've been getting about the chosen ones, like about like just what we're really doing here has so much more to do with the good of all. The symbol of the snake is voluminous. All right, I will ask. Thank you, my higher self, for reminding me to ask you to be a part of me as I share this message with the collective. Thank you so much. Okay. As is that of the tree. So there's a lot of symbolism about the snake and the tree. There really is. And it's not all what we think it is. And I got that earlier in my reading, it's not all what we think it is, for sure. I did a pre-pull from my own deck earlier, but I came back in and the kittens had, been kittens, and then I decided that would just be keywords for me to remember as I'm going through the reading, and they've already definitely been being called upon as I go through this. So, like I said, there's a lot of symbolism in the snake and in the tree of life, the tree of good and evil, and the tree of knowledge. I mean, there's so many things I could say about the tree, and even this tree here, kind of, trees, first of all, are on 3 different planes at the same time. Like the roots are down underneath. The trunk of the tree is with us walking on our, plane. And then the branches above it are rising above us. They're in another dimension, in a way. As above, so below. And I very much believe in that. I very, very, very much, I very, very much do. I need some coffee. Okay. And also I was getting, it's very comforting to be able to have a deck of cards that and also knowing thyself, knowing what's even happening when you're communicating with the cards in spirit. Because that's all I'm connecting with. I'm connecting with my ancestors. I'm connecting with my spirit guides. I'm connecting with higher dimensional benevolent beings that, make themselves pretty known when they're in my energy. this is all for this is when people start to question these types of things. They haven't even really questioned themselves enough to be asking that question of you. Like, really. The fact that they haven't even questioned why they're asking this or saying certain things to you, just know that. We really need to know that. But slowing down and actually absorbing the message and not being in such a rush to like get it out, like it needs to be done this way and this, you know, and this and that. Like, first of all, anyone who's here to try and judge you is not like it. That should be your first red flag, to just be able to let go of their opinion. Because second that if you're picking up on vibes and things like that as an empath, which I identify as myself, you can immediately pick up the subtle shifts in energy. And the moment that you start to question yourself, you can think immediately like, well, wait, why am I questioning myself? I don't question myself. So where is this coming from? It's going to get easier to recognize those types of things as you get better at knowing your own thoughts. And the only way you're going to know that is by sitting with yourself. And I felt like that message was specifically for somebody, because I don't even know where we were going with that. Like, how are you going to know where you begin and somebody else begins or ends if you don't like know what you think in your own mind? Like, right? Like, paying attention. So where I was getting at, I think is how we got on the cards, is slowing down when we're shuffling, not just like trying to like when we're, you know, we think, because there are some people who do have that connection where it's, you know, maybe that's the way it is for them, but like sitting with the cards and asking the right questions, not just like plopping things out because it looks nice or sounds cool. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that any of us are doing that. I don't know, I was just called to that. Just called to that. Because if you're here to get a message quick, speed it up. That's on your side. You can speed me up if you'd like to. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before. There's some days where I was just like, I need this message and I need it to be boom, fast. And that's okay. I don't mind. But I could definitely get the message. I was definitely picking up on like this feeling of needing to speed up the message for whatever reason. The two are universally linked in theme, and that's where we were talking about the tree and the serpent. Resurrection and immortality are common motifs. The snake sheds its skin as the tree sheds its leaves. Also, analogues to the symbol of the snake and the tree is the attainment of higher consciousness through upward motion and growth. The tree's roots signify the subconscious, its trunk the awakening conscious, and the branches a very high level of consciousness. Oh my gosh. And you know, there's something to do here about Kundalini as well. And the Kundalini, if you aren't familiar what Kundalini is, we have an energy that like lies at like the base of our spine. Like right here, the base of our spine. It's called our life force energy. And it basically entwines up the spine like the caduceus. And that's basically what, this card here is showing, or that's what, the snake here is showing between the branches, and, it's just very symbolic. And if you're new to Kundalini and what it means, like I said, it's our life force energy that lies dormant at the base of our spine, and you can awaken this within you in many different ways. In fact, right now there is a very much a Kundalini surge of energies that's happening with the Rainbow Light Warriors. I don't know if that's because some of us are doing Kundalini and some of us are just experiencing the energies because we're all connected, the more of us that do this. But something, and especially with the lovers here, the lovers, and if you're talking about twin flames, they can feel each other's growth. in most of the time, it's the females first, and that doesn't always have to mean female in gender. That could be female in whatever energy that person, regardless of gender, is in, because we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. I mean, honestly, what's wild about that, what's kind of funny, is I definitely have my left hand painted and my right hand not. It's like my masculine and my feminine. Does that make sense? And I'm very much a female. So it's kind of like that. That's kind of what the energies I'm getting. So back to so Kundalini. Oh yeah, so they're going to explain it for me here too. An energy released in the process of spiritual protection. Not protection, but when you do Kundalini, the kriyas that are available most of the time when you do them, they you surround yourself with an energetic bubble, if you will, to protect your energy, because it's a very sacred ceremony, I'll say, or ritual, because it's something that you can do daily, but it's very powerful. So if I was warned about it in the beginning, but I wouldn't have changed anything about it any differently. I know that I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe that even these messages that I'm sharing, they may not resonate with you right away. They may resonate with you because you've seen this reading and in some way it activated you. There are many different ways that our gifts are going to be used for the future. This message may not even reach you when it's being recorded, but all of these messages are timeless in the way that we're not all on the same timeline. And it's also what frequency we're tapped into, what level of awareness within, and when we need to hear them. And if we continue to allow our manifestations or align our manifestations up with our affirmations, which really we can get more clarity on when we also do ask-formations, which are basically praying to God, our higher power, and our guides, asking our guides to show us, why am I experiencing all of this? Who am I? God, who am I? Why do I feel, and why do I know that I'm chosen? Why have you chosen me? Why was I chosen? Or why did I choose myself? These are all questions along your spiritual journey. Why am I awakened? These are what I call, ask-formations, which can help clarify a lot of these things, because I think a lot of the times, and I myself am very guilty of it, forget to ask certain questions, because we usually don't ask God, our higher power, or whatever for anything. We're usually just venting to him. But that's something more that I'm realizing. Mother Earth, God loves to hear us creating that connection with both of the God and the goddess within us, within the world, within each other, within our Heavenly Father, within, because, He's got feminine urges as well. He's the all. Anyways, without going too far off on that subject. So about this whole, okay, so I'm getting something that I found really helped me out when I first tried to figure my life out, tried to figure out what in the hell, because I made a lot of dumb decisions and I found myself in a lot of really dangerous situations in my life and relationships, even family relationships that I realized were seriously dangerous for me and for my brothers and sisters of the collective. I know you guys experience this. This is why I'm here, to help you guys recognize, these things as well. And I have to say this because I know there are some people out there that don't get it stuck in your head. That's not what we're saying when we say what I'm talking about. This is coming from competence and confidence in knowing who we are, not boasting about who we are because we want other people to be calling us these like amazing words. Like, no, most of us don't even really attune to a specific word, right? Like light worker or earth angel, or maybe we do, but mostly it's the energy, it's the archetype, it's the resonation that we are. It's what we're reverberating is what I'm hearing. It's like what we're vibrating at. It's our frequency. It's our vibe. Right? Anyways. The tree's roots signify the subconscious, its trunk, the awakening conscious, and the branches, a very high level of consciousness. Wasn't I just talking about that? About the 3 different levels at one time? So this is what I was trying to say. So like, we really have the information available to us to figure ourselves out now. We don't need, I would never say don't need counselors or anything like that, but as someone who's been in and out of like rehabs and hospitals for mental health and addiction, like I can tell you right now that there are just as many tools available to us on the internet and through communities if we're willing to sit with ourselves and work this and figure these questions out for ourselves, because no one can lead us to these answers. We have to be led by spirit, and a lot of us may not really understand that that's what it is. I know in the rooms, in the rooms, what they call where they have meetings for sobriety, and it's not just, I've been in co-anonymous before. I've done a lot of different addiction, sex anon. I've been through a lot of things, so it's very much needed for us to sit with these shadows within ourselves. And if going to like a rehab or something like that resonates with you, don't feel bad about it. That's for somebody. Like, just really know that you kind of need the support in different ways than what you might have allowed because of subconscious programmings. And that's what we're really being ushered into understanding right now, is that what is it? What does that even mean? Subconscious programmings. Okay, yeah, we all get it. We all know the matrix and the idea of we are what we think, and we understand the law of attraction, but do we really know how that works? Do we really know? Well, personally, I wanted to understand that more. I was really into The Secret about 10 plus years ago. That's kind of what I got these tattoos for. Live in love, love in life, because love, until recently was recognized as the most powerful frequency that we emit, you know? And what that meant inside of me when I got those was being in love with your life, with yourself, with the moment, with everything around you, as if you are in love. The feeling of what it feels like to be in love, or what you imagine it to feel like, which would be good and just beautiful everywhere, no matter what, you know? I've really had to resonate with that and like really understand what that really means. So there's very much a getting to know thyself, and that's both sides of ourselves within ourselves. The lovers is loving, you know, what I'm picking up on with this card right now too, is this unity consciousness that we're moving into, this Christ consciousness, this Krishna consciousness, this higher consciousness. It's an evolutionary thing that has been prophesied about for eons. This isn't anything new. This is what we came here for. Kundalini, an energy released in the process of spiritual perfection, is portrayed as a serpent uncoiling from the chakra at the base of the spine to rise through the energy meridians, ultimately to the crown chakra. This crowning consciousness is portrayed in the figure of the angel, like enlightenment. And, you know, that halo, if you will, that crowning has also been pictured with other, like with saints and Mother Mary and things like that, like in antiquity. So that's very significant. This crowning consciousness is portrayed in the figure of the angel. The golden wings of this heavenly host span the sky. The forbidden fruit lies on the ground below. The apple in its spherical form represents totality. The deep red color and the tender flesh render desire and sensuality. So this is giving me really a lot of like, okay, so like obviously we were told how to get to this state of being, this Christ consciousness, Christedness within us. And it's really bringing this divine masculine and divine feminine together inside of ourselves, and then in union, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? It's really creating that unity of love within ourselves to be able to radiate it in. And also that's apple is giving me the I don't know how I'm saying, if I'm saying it right, the torrid field around the planet, and ultimately also around us, which is also symbolic, very, very symbolic. And Newton shooting the apple off of the crown. I don't know why I'm being guided to say that, but I was seeing that vision in my mind. And these golden wings, and these look like rays, like that looks like rays of sun coming out. And the Lover's card, the sixth key of the tarot, with the numerological qualities of 6, is divisible by both the 2 vibration of duality and the 3 vibration of multiplicity. So by doing this as well, this is kind of like a side note, to bring in this ultimate love, these lovers, this sacred union, we actually have to have that sacred union within ourselves mastered. and it will be beautiful and blissful. And we can bring in the golden rays of this angel enlightenment into the earthly realm much quicker. But we have to find that unity, love, wholeness, and acceptance within first. Separation and separateness are qualities of both. With these qualities comes the desire for union. I was just thinking about how different they are, how different the masculine and the feminine are, not just in their physical form, but in their duties here on earth and together and within themselves. It's just it's so much deeper than what we've been led to believe. The lovers appear when the seeker has discovered love in an intimate, experiential, I don't know why experiential sense of self. Like I just said, this love is the seed for a true union to flower to the outer garden. Oh my gosh, see, so I don't even need to read that, but I just am going to because of all relationships mirror the essential one. If love is absent, nurture, balance, and harmony within. The sixth key of the tarot may also point to the challenge of the opposing unions or opinions, values, and personalities. These trials initiate new perspectives and growth. Tension and desire are both requisites for choice. Choice evokes change, evolving change, not change just for change's sake, engenders satisfaction and fulfillment. That's so awesome. Wow. I'm gonna try and plug my phone in really quick. Actually, I can't reach, so that's okay. Like I said, Spirit's going to provide me the power to get through the rest of this message here. But I found that to be very profound. I mean, that's pretty, we're really, really, really being asked to know thyself, to get to know thyself, to know when Spirit is speaking to us and when it is our ego. And no, it is not bad to have an ego. We all have an ego for a reason. In most cases, it's gotten us this far. The 17th key of the tarot sets the stage for a celestial celebration as the major arcana begins to close the first circle of the spiral dance. 7 sisters halo the brilliance of the star attraction on center stage. The 8 points of this stellar eminence light the sky with rescendent light. This is giving me last night when I was sitting outside, I was connecting with Spirit, and I was just reminiscing on all of the things and the ways that I've been able to connect to Spirit and to Source and the confirmations that I was getting. It's like I'm way out in the middle of the desert, so I was able to see an entire scape all coming from the west of fireworks. And I am constantly in an open dialogue with Spirit, and the confirmations I was getting from the fireworks was just magical. This is really how I felt. And this is how maybe a lot of us are feeling right now. This is the connection that we can have, with something much greater than ourselves that is not easily seen unless you are seeking for it. The star is both the center of the universe and an integral component in the pattern of the constellation. The heavenly bodies in this entourage coverage in their own inspired choreography. Or converge, they converge. See what I was saying about being aware of what we're thinking and what we're asking? Because if you get super clear like that, it gets to the point where when you're thinking and you're communing with spirit and you want a confirmation, it will be in the present moment in any way. That's why we're meant to slow down and be aware of what it is that is being, communicated to us. Like you might have just seen a falling star even recently, or a shooting star. It's depending on your perspective, I guess, right? The choreography. So from the ferns and the flowering of the gardens, the butterflies sparkle in blue against the dark of the night. In an endless cycle, a water sylph returns the water to the wellspring she has drawn in her earthly urn. Behind her fluid form, a young ash tree stretches its bare limbs into the starry vault above. Now, to be the star too, it's like, like this says here, the star is the guiding light of the tarot, and you may be a guiding light for the rest of a collective of people, for the world even, being a guiding light. It is the scintilla of inception, conception, and birth. This is the wish card. Like I said, wishing upon a star, one of dreams coming true. Look to the stars. Astrological factors may forecast upcoming events. So I'm getting something in the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm getting something in the stars. Today is the 5th, and I'm seeing only 5 stars here, but I can see there's one hiding right there. And there was the number 6 is significant as well. So you maybe have been seeing 66 or even 666, which isn't even as negative as people think. Before you look and judge about that number, I would look at the number 666 angel number and see what it is showing you. For in fact, it actually has more to do with love than anything. Like this 6 in the Lover's card, it was representing both multiplicity and duality. But definitely 6-6 for sure. And now I'm hearing 369. So damn, she's fine. Anyway, so look to the stars. Maybe you've been being called to actually spend time outside with the stars. I know a lot of starseeds are being guided to ships in the sky, is what I'm hearing. To the seeker. With artistic aspirations, it is a card of both inspiration and fulfillment. It sparkles with creative potential, and the pathway opens to achievement in the illumination of innate talent, knowledge, and ability. So you may be being called lately to tap into your innate abilities, creativity, your arts, your emotion, and your playfulness, and your knowledge. Your innate talent, yeah. Yes, the negative attribute of the 17th key to the tarot is extreme idealism. So don't try to feel like you've got to match some sort of perfectness, because that's just not the case, okay? You're perfectly perfect as you are. The pursuit of this dark star will result in rigidity. Like perpetuality falls short of expectations and it's devoid of satisfaction. So, get in touch with your dreams. Really get in touch with your dreams. And when I say your dreams, you're really going to have to get in touch with your mind. We're really going to have to take some time and go within. So, I hope that this message has reached who it needs to reach today. And sending you all so much love and so much patience and so much grace as you go through this process. And also, there's a little message here that maybe I can share as it is. You may be seeing dragonflies as well, which is a sign, which is a sign that you are, okay, this is what it's going to say. The wispy sylph's feather, I just got a piercing like a between both ears too. So something about so I just saw Raphael here. The magic and power of air and wind may be invoked through the Archangel Raphael. So that might be significant for some of you. And that might be significant for an Aquarius, a Gemini, and a Libra. That something to do with justice, and that you have been given the sword of Archangel Michael to cut through any deceit, lies, blockages, boundaries that you've set, known and unknown. Clears away old, clears away for the new, stands a silent sentry to ward the sacred rights. So it's interesting that it brought up Archangel Raphael, that that the magic and power of air and wind may be invoked through the Archangel Raphael. But the blue sword is giving me very much Archangel Michael as well. So throughout our day-to-day reality and dance in the magic above the circle. Okay, so this is giving me that triple circle thing that you may have seen about in my previous readings. But get out in all cycles, the half, the full, and the new moon cycles, and dance like little fairies in the field of meadows with only you, yourself, and spirit, and the things that make you feel beautiful and joyful and fill you up. Follow your gut and know what feels good, and know that that's how you are going to know when you and if you are in true alignment. I hope you guys all have a beautiful weekend and you spend today doing some self-care. I myself will be doing that as well. Until next time.